we move on to the next team, which is the Boston Celtics. Jose.
Yeah, the Celtics. They didn't move too much. Actually, they actually traded a couple of players. Obviously, Kemba left,
Mm.
and they lost. Actually, yeah, they lost Evan Fournier as well.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan Thompson, who went to the Kings, I think that's a good move. Tristan Thompson had one good season.
Yeah.
You know, he was drafted way too high for what he does.
Yeah.
He tries to play like a massive big that can push people around, and he can't do that.
Yeah.
He can barely get rebounds.
So
I think it's
that's all.
And also they lost no more Taco Tuesday for the Celtics. Going to Cleveland now, so no more Taco Fall. Cornet and Waters, don't know those guys. Chris Dunn left as well. Edwards, Oyeleye, and Moses Brown. They got some good players, I think, for their bigs depth. In Al Horford, obviously.
Yep. Brought him back.
Cantor, who is a solid guy, like he's just gonna do dirty work. Likes to talk on the court a lot. And I think underrated Juancho Hernan Gomez, Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
If they can use him properly, he can be of great value for the Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Kemba is gone makes Tatum their X factor even more.
Mm-hmm.
He's proven that he can be a massive player in difficult situations as well. You know, he just played the Olympics too. Did he play the Olympics?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was there.
Yes, of course he did. Because I was thinking about the World Cup as well. But yeah, so he did play the Olympics. Yeah, I mean, even Durant said that Tatum is going to be the next Durant. He can score. He can score, and now he doesn't have to share the ball with absolutely anybody because Smart and Jaylen Brown will happily give up their shots for Tatum to score.
Yeah.
That being said, I think that, it can be good for the Celtics. They're a team that has consistently been on that 4th, 5th position for the last couple of years. Even made it to the finals, conference finals in 17, correct? Or 18, sorry, when they lost against the Caps.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, we keep talking about the 4th, 5th position. I think it's gonna be between the 4th and the 8th. They're gonna be quite similar records in the East.
Yeah.
Even possibly the play-in teams, they're gonna be quite similar. Because I even have to talk about another team later that we'll discuss. But the Celtics are I think that they look good. Tatum has consolidated himself as a superstar, so he has players around him that are going to just pass him the ball. So yeah, I see them in the playoffs definitely. I wouldn't see them missing the playoffs by any mile. Like they're going to be there.
Yeah. I think just making sure that Jaylen Brown is healthy going into the playoffs this time is going to be a priority. They obviously brought in Schroeder as a point guard.
Schroeder as well, sorry.
Yeah, they're speculating as to whether he's going to start or not. But it seems like he came out and said he doesn't mind whether he starts or not, which is a change from last season and what he was asking for over the offseason. So he's in the right mindset to think about the team first. Which might have been a concern. But yeah, I think Tatum's too good. Brown is too good. Smart is too smart for them to miss the playoffs. Hey, I do this all day. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they compete in that mix in there. Next up, we have the Wizards, an interesting team.
Yeah, very interesting indeed. It's surprising because I didn't see how much they've evolved up until I went through their new roster. So they lost obviously Westbrook to the Lakers. It's almost, you can almost call them the Los Angeles Wizards because they went shopping basically. So they lost obviously Westbrook to the Lakers, Alex Len to the Kings, Robin Lopez to the Magic, Ish Smith, my favorite name, to the Hornets. Another one with a great name is Zach Bonga. Is gone. I know who. And Garrison Matthews, man, is also gone. Out.
Miss him.
missing. So they've brought in Aaron Holiday, the brother from the Pacers, Spencer Dinwiddie,
the brother,
Dinwiddie from the Nets, who's been injured for the last couple of seasons, Kyle Kuzma from the Lakers, Harold from the Lakers, and KCP, guess where? The Lakers. So, it's pretty Lakers heavy, but it's an interesting mix though. It's because you've got, and this brings me into my X Factor moment, which is okay. Bradley Beal is is the franchise player, and you can argue that he's always been a franchise player, even though Westbrook was there. But I don't think the key to them having a good season is entirely in his hands. I think it's depending on, again, the same day with the Knicks, like in what shape is Dinwiddie in? Like, is he 100% back? Is he fit? And then also in what mindset will Harold be after his misfired season with the Lakers? Like, is he going to be, it's going to be revenge mode? Is he going to be, you can go the other way also. Like, he could have given up and not be, his head not be into the game anymore, but I doubt that. And then Kuzma, is he going to finally come out of his shell and be a leader? Because people thought of him as the next big player in the NBA and for the Lakers. So I think those three, but he did come in the Lakers with that. True, another one. But he was kind of seen as the next big thing for the Lakers. At one point, I remember when he got drafted there, it was like, oh yeah, Kuzma is awesome.
It wasn't when he was drafted, it was after he started playing. He played his way into that position. He played his way into that expectation.
But then he never got anywhere much with after that. It's like he never took that next step. So then that's the X factor for the Wizards. Like, how are they going to gel? What version of each of those players that got brought in? But what version are we getting? Are we getting people that are in shape, people that want to be there, people who want to play? So, so last season, surprisingly, they ended up in the playoffs after they lost 4-1 to some teams. I think the Sixers, something like that. Another non-factor team from the NBA. So they
handled.
So they lost 4-1 to the Sixers, but like I think that we can expect the same sort of results this year, as in like they'll go into the play-in, that spot, like 8.
Yeah, play-in.
I think so.
Yeah. Same.
Just because there's so many players to integrate and they're all starters in a way. So it's a new starting five. So I don't know, it can be a good thing, can also go the other way where it's a complete disaster. So I don't really know what to make with them. That's the thing. I don't know what to think.
Simmons for Beal is
Simmons for Beal.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You'd be all right with that roster.
Tell them, please.
That'd work. But Beal doesn't want to be traded, so that's it, man. Stick around. But yeah, I think that's about right. We can move on from there. The next team on the list. The next team on the list is the Indiana Pacers. Take it away, Mike. I know you prepped hard for this.
Again, like I've got the ones that there's not been a huge amount of movement. So Indiana, I didn't see anybody that really came in. They got Chris Duarte from the draft at number 13, which is a reasonable pick. They lost Aaron Holiday and Doug McDermott, but they kept the core relatively the same again. Could be wrong, but I see the starting five as Miles Turner, Sabonis, TJ Warren, LeVert, and Brogdon. And when you say it like that as a starting five, that's a pretty nice, solid starting five, especially if TJ Warren can do some of the scoring that he has in the past, and LeVert can get back to his full health, because he is a real problem.
He's already injured though.
permanently, mate. Like,
I'm pretty sure he picked up a bad injury like during preseason. I'll look it up. Sorry, carry on. I'll look it up.
No, please do. Yeah. So that is one of the biggest concerns.
Yeah.
That is one of the X factors that I've got. Can he stay healthy? Who knows? I've been a little bit disappointed with how Miles Turner has been the past couple of seasons. I think he's better than what he's shown. If he can show a bit of improvement and figure out exactly what type of player he wants to be, because I think he's kind of one of those guys that's trapped between shooting outside and being like a sort of a big athletic guy, basically. So yeah, they're a bit of a hard one to judge. I don't see them being any better than last year. I don't really see them being any worse. So I've got them kind of like the bottom of the play-in tournament. Could easily drop out if like LeVert is injured or something like that.
Transitioning into that, apparently he's been diagnosed with a stress fracture in his back.
Oh my gosh! Of all the places,
he'll miss the start of the season. So, but there's no dates or anything.
And the middle and the end.
And the middle.
Yeah, I feel for him because he's a talented player. And with that move, it looked like he was going somewhere where he could get his time to sort of breathe and shine with the big superstars coming in to sort of ruin the party at the Nets for him. They've been really consistent, right? I think in a sense it's going to be interesting what kind of job Carlisle does with them now that he's gone over there. After Luka said that he couldn't play with the Mavs anymore. Barely anything's changed. They brought in Torrey Craig. Health.
Yeah, and they're a bunch of young guys that they could just get incrementally a bit better, all of them, and be quite a majorly better team for that. They've got a bit of depth, like they've got TJ McConnell, they've got Duarte sort of coming off the bench. So if LeVert does go down, there are people there that can fill in.
Yeah,
but
the Holiday. Brother.
It's an interesting team. I think.
Yeah, but
yeah.
It's Indiana. They're always boring.
Yeah. And that's Justin Holiday for the record. I know exactly who it is and respect him. Good player.